Shout out to Paul George. He had Paul Pierce on his podcast, and they were talking about the obviously the Halliburton injury, that situation, and then I'll play KG's part in a second. But kind of similar to what I was talking about last week, is crazy how back in the day they played more, but they weren't getting the salaries that these cats are getting now. I mean, SGA just got $71 million a year. What? Fully guaranteed. Come on, man. He gonna buy all the weird parachute pants he can die in. I'm trying to tell you. He gonna take the whole rack. Matter of fact, he got enough money to buy the whole company. Hey, parachute pants company. Ooh, you belong SGA company now. I mean, good Lord, 71 million. I know what I'm about to do. Me and wifey gonna make a Sunday night because we about to put a basketball in the son's hands right now. Listen here, fathers. Soccer, basketball. All right? And I'm talking about European soccer. Go on over to Europe. Don't come over here and do it. Go over to Europe. European soccer, big money. NBA, big money. Just trying to tell you, though, just a little tidbit. All right? Just a little tidbit. Just letting you know. But they weren't getting the same kind of salary back then, but playing a lot more. Now, in this day and age, we're having a problem with our superstars being available. You know, Joel Embiid's, Zion Williamson's. You're getting the money, but they playing less. I think that's backwards. It's different. So what's going on? And then we're talking about all the Achilles injuries just this year. All right? So how is this happening? PG, Paul Pierce, they might have a solution.
Why do you think that's such a common injury for the NBA now?
KG made an interesting point. He was like, they don't practice no more. What year did you come in?
2010.
What's the difference from think about it, early 2010 and 11 till now?
It is the practice. I'll be pushing the coach like, yo, we need to practice more. When I came in the league, I understood what that did
for the season.
For the season. Yeah, it was tough during the practice days. Yeah, it was tough. It was a grind. But when we got in the games, it was easy.
You have to be at a certain level, be in shape. Think about it. You're on practice for 2 days and you just go straight into a game going 110. Like, your body cold. Like, the way you practice every day is like, it's going to help your condition for play. If I just get up right here and just go hoop, I'm going to strain something.
When you say like not practicing, are you literally just not doing anything for a couple days? Or are you wanting just, more like live game speed practice?
If we're going to be here for 30, 45 minutes, let's touch up. Let's get something out of this. It's a waste of time to be here for 45 minutes and we just, kind of walking through. Who we playing, they ain't
walking through nothing.
But then when it's in games, you wonder why falls in the crack because you point switching all the time. And then you get in the games like point switch, but we ain't even close to even point switch because they going faster than what we expect. I think it do need to be a little bit more emphasis on actually getting something out of practice.
Did you know PG is the only player that's playing from this draft class?
Still in the league? That is crazy.
Hey, man. That's PG, who's been in the league for a minute. Him and Paul Pierce bring up a great point. How do you not condition your body? If the game speed, when it's game time, 82 games of it, is so fast paced, but you're not simulating that, you're not going to be ready for that. I just think that's just general, biology, physiology, whatever you want to call it. Somebody help me out with that. I'm a street smart motherfucker. I ain't necessarily book smart, but I ain't no dummy now. So it's that's what that. Come on, knowing your body. I talked about it last week. Say what you want about LeBron James, but the NBA is talking about trying to shorten the season. But it's so confusing. You want to talk about shorten the season, but you add in a mid-season tournament that has no bearing on anything in the regular season. So make that make sense. You want to shorten the season, as in one of your quote unquote, hey man, yeah, we should shorten the season. That might help us out with these injuries. I'm not sure. You wildin'. You wildin'. What I'm just saying is like I'm confused. How do you not see that the blueprint of longevity is right there in LeBron James? Love him or hate him. I'm not a big fan of him, but you can't knock his IQ, his basketball IQ, and you can't knock the fact that the guy is longevity. How is he managed to stay away from catastrophic injuries? And come on, man. How? He's been relatively durable, bro. Like 20 plus years, 40, 41 years old. And we're talking about how do we stop this injury situation? Well, go ask LeBron. I think he got a little blueprint of something. Something's working. Holla at him. You know, he talks like he says all the time, I'm big on growing the game. This is your time to, help the game grow. Help it grow right here. I'm just confused on you're getting paid more, but you're playing less. The salaries is out the roof, astronomical. That's what KG said.
I think that the today's NBA player, they do play at a fast rate, but I don't think they're in a tip-top shape. I don't think these players today, I think they're in shape until they talk to motherfuckers that's in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the league is in the type of shape that you need to be in the type of shape to play at this pace. I think they think that. And if anybody knows the body, your calves are your brakes. Your calves are your brakes. And the one thing that supports the calves is your Achilles. So if your calf is the first thing to shut down, you have to think about how things are built, right? I watched all of the tapes of Cole, Tatum, and Hallie. When you watch how all three of them poured their shit, they poured it the same way. Pump fake, and you used to pump fake like this. I used to pump fake with my whole body, meaning that I would show you the ball. Paul, Cole, Tracy, when they would give you something because they was wings, they can give you a pump fake from here. It didn't even have to be a dramatic, but they were so like, I don't think for some of the.
My bad. He was talking about Cole, Tracy. I don't know how this Kobe and Tracy McGrady talk. Sidebar real quick. I don't know how this conversation got crazy started. I don't think nobody meant anything by it, but if y'all ain't got Kobe as one of y'all greatest players of all time, something wrong with you. Okay, that's a biased take. All right, my bad. Come on.
In their workout, bro. We used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. Yeah. This is how I'm speeding up. This is how I'm stopping. This is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here, and on top of whenever I go to finish, I gotta be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, I'm watching how the technique of that, man, that is, to me, I'm watching, when you are working out and the coach gives the ball back to you to reset, he gonna tell you to get in 2 or 3. Bro, all this technique means something. First time, when you break technique, man, when you get tired. When you get tired, I start standing up. Technique breaks down. I ain't showing it hard. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So when I watched it, man, they all three playing it the same way. And to me, yeah, that's what I saw. And they all popped the same way.
Like, this is what Ticket talking about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day.
Like a game.
Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season.
With drills.
With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work.
With a trainer.
You know, so a lot of our shit was game speed.
Hey, hey, yo, the ad libs from KG with a trainer is crazy. But real quick, that point right there, that the practice schedule, and like Paul George had mentioned, he was like, yo, obviously him being around the league and seeing the transformation in it, you know, he's like, yo, it's the practice. So again, LeBron has a blueprint. Some of these guys are bringing up excellent points, and I'm not buying into that it's the shoe thing. I might be wrong. I need to see some scientific facts for that. I'm not buying into the shoe, you know, quote unquote theory on that. But let's be honest. If you're not getting your body set up for that, like, practice makes perfect. You always got, it's the same thing in football. You got to practice. You got to simulate it. You can't half-ass that shit. Practice is always about it. I mean, for instance, y'all, for those who don't know, I got a background in culinary, all right? And so when I went to culinary school, the first thing we learned was some of the basic shit that, like, you would ever do, all right? Literally, it was called soup, stocks, and sauces. And what you did in that classroom is literally cut vegetables so you can get your, you know, your cuts down and you know, uniformed to a certain size, and make soups, make stocks, and sauces. Literally just the basic shit you can do. And you just practice it over and over and over and over and over again until you get 7 days to do it. And on that 7th day, to pass the class is literally everything that you just practiced for the last 7 days, and you just replicate it one more time. And that's just what it is. You practice, and you just keep doing it and keep doing it. You're going to fuck up, but you got to keep doing it. You keep doing it. So then you learn from what how did I fuck it up? How do I learn? All right, now that I learned it, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you literally, that's all you do for 7 days straight. And you just got to replicate it one time for the teacher on that last day. So translate that to sport. They're talking about the rate. And Jay Williams, I played that clip last week. They're talking about they're getting 110 possessions. The rate, just up and down, up and down. Okay. You got to replicate that. Y'all remember Coach Carter, Samuel Jackson? Remember when he first took over the team? They didn't do nothing, no drills, no nothing basketball related. They just ran. Go back and watch the movie. That's all they did was run. Just run. Run up and down. Boop, 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 boop. That's all they did. And remember the first game they played, or the first few games they played, they really weren't winning, but they was like, well, coach, what do we do? He said, do what you've been practicing. He said, well, all we've been practicing is running. He said, run. So their pace of play was just crazy. They was wearing teams down. So if you're having a fast pace in that NBA as a whole, but as a whole, the whole NBA is not practicing that same pace of play, going to break down because you're not going to be able to keep up. I think that's some of the answers is right here, y'all. That's again, I like to listen to the people that did it.
Right.
With a trainer.
And then in the summer?
At half speed.
Right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're going to go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they're going to play.
In the summer, we played ball.
Ball,
we played 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
And think that's going to be the same shit. Like, what are we talking about here?
The same.
Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro. No. Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up. Ticket, you had a pretty, memorable...
Just because you didn't see this nigga killing himself don't mean he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But should more players kind of implement resistant bands, training in the sand, dunes, things like that you guys did in the offseason?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Now, I was just gonna say those things implemented when you in the fourth quarter, and I gotta guard you. I gotta guard a Tracy McGrady. I gotta guard a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I gotta go play against people like this, and then I gotta take my body and try to kill it. Because when you listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call in a triangle, and you gotta stop LO from Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't want to play no more. Bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to?
Oh, yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. Yeah. He doing that when I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping. Yeah, nigga, you remember that? Right. Yo, what you nigga, let's get him in. Like, yo, I'm talking about, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So even though I know my dog ain't whatever, when we get into gym, you see who, man, it just makes so much sense. You see who be working on their shit. And it looks obvious. Like, you're like, oh shit, boy, I see you got that. Yeah, man. I'm working with the bands. I'm in, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing this for.
Yeah. Hey, man, shout out to Big Ticket and PG, man. Hey, it's different times. I think the NBA has the answers right there. Stop with the saying you need to shorten season. If you're talking about shorten the season, then get rid of that in-season tournament that ain't worth a damn. If you're going to shorten the season, all right? Let's be real, all right? You don't need Adam Silver. You don't need no AI. You might need an Allen Iverson, but you don't need an AI to figure out the situation because, like I said, this was probably a weird year that so many injuries like that happened. I've never seen that many Achilles injuries, the same injury in the same year to so many different. Never seen that. That's crazy. So I know they're probably just want to get ahead of something and just don't think like, oh my gosh, we got a problem on our hands. So there might be some prisoner of the moment from Adam Silver, like, oh my gosh, we got a Achilles problem. What is going on? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's a practice situation. I mean, y'all already built in rest days. Y'all got literally access to some of the best sports medicine and sports science in probably the whole world. Come on, you have it all. You're sponsored by one of the leading sports science companies in Gatorade. You trying to tell me you can't? Y'all ain't been lab rapping these boys, huh? Y'all ain't been, Hey man, let's get the scientific numbers on the actual body. What's going on? You got access to it. I'm confused. All right. Okay, NBA. All right. But Adam Silver, that's your league, man. Hey man, handle your business as you see fit. All right. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah. Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. IOW Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wow.